Summer of 1991. We two Yankees on an airplane, my sister and me, passed on lamb and Josh in a plastic tray, but the stewardess in a sari frowned. Not fit to be brown. Our aunt and uncle, Adoration, showed us the blue eyes on peacock feathers. We saw them at the Indian Zoo while drinking Pepsi from a glass bottle. But the glass chipped my tooth and the silver steel of Uncle Suzuki singed my thighs. Curried prawns on Besanagar Beach. Dysentery. The toilet. Nightmares, interrupted by issues of urine on my leg and love letters from mosquitoes that the coil failed to persuade otherwise. Our bare backs lay separated from cold, hard tile by thin paisley print sheets that the morning shaped like construction paper fans we had made at summer camp the year before. The fans were now above my head, crossing my eyes to keep track of the flies unaffected, leaving my memory misdirected by my mother's name Usha, spinning above me until the power was out. Power out, they would proclaim, leading a long chain of Bajaj scooters to the apothecary with a swastika, weaving in and out of looming oxen, human shit, and bumblebee rickshaws, whose horns sounded like the nasal-voiced driver, bargaining for position, but eventually yielding to the elephant with a reflector on his tail. Because who would want to hit an elephant's ass driving home late at night? Slow bugger, we laughed and we passed him, and the lorry and the mustached motorcycles and the basket-balancing bobbies in front of fluorescent film-named graffiti tags. I peered to see Red Hot Chili Peppers picked apart by young Sikhs with bugs on their heads and the callous-worn soles of chappals on their feet. We passed the bookwallah next to cigarette-wallah where I'd spend afternoons with Enid Blyton and comic book covers with 6 severed heads in the 6 separate hands of a goddess riding a lion holding a cutlass and bouquet. Durga. She was a lot less glamorous, though, at the temple, surrounded by well-fed priests who draped her in smoke and garlands, compelling the congregation to do vigorous squat thrusts while holding their ears. Thopikarna. I imitated them badly. We passed beggars, lepers, the dirtiest bums I had ever seen, crying unknown words that my uncle told me not to listen to. They touched their fingers to their mouth and opened their hands to the air like a filthy flower trying to bloom in ground walked upon by their children, who demanded money for last week's newspaper. Heavy-breathing pregnant dogs, sleepwalking goats, and me, praying for my chappals not to come off my feet, trying not to breathe in the stench of the soot in the air that surrounded me, looking outward instead at scenes on temple tops and shops where we bought brass tumblers that our lips never touched. Lata's friend the raven and I stole away to the terrace. We pressed our backs up against the ledge, sitting. I tried to see her face, but I could only see her hair. So black it was. I couldn't get its depth out of my vision. The raven spoke, but all I could hear was the cool cascade of her night river, descending, mysterious, in sunlight faded by her locks' eclipse. In a flood of easy words she was a philosopher, and asked me, "Why is life life?" I chewed on my tongue, blinded, staring, giving my answer as her question. I know nothing that compared to her beauty. In August of 1991 my mom expected 2 gypsies to arrive off the plane at JFK. Instead, she got 2 monkeys, with a collection of foreign soda bottle caps and jokes that none of our friends got.